Hey, Knicks Nation, what's going on? This is Sincere from Sincere Knicks Fan 34. How are you doing? Hey, I'm just hitting y'all up and just doing a follow up with the whole New York Knicks game against the Brooklyn Nets. I should say the annihilation of the Brooklyn Nets game last night. It was a very entertaining game. You know what I'm saying? Uh, we put the clamps on them. We went out there and did everything we wanted to do against them, as I was expecting. I said that from the very beginning. I expect us to win this game. I was not expecting us to win at this level, at the level that we won. You know what I'm saying? But we had dominance. You know, to the point where Brooklyn didn't even get 100 points on the board. You know, and that's kudos to the Knicks because even though the talent is not equal, in in comparison, the idea is those are still NBA players. Don't get it twisted. Those are still NBA players. They're still an NBA team. You know what I'm saying? They work hard and are talented in their craft against anybody else on the planet. So for the fact that the New York Knicks was able to keep such a team at under 100 points is impressive in itself. The idea basically is Cat went out there and collected 12 rebounds, had 20 plus points. Mitchell Robinson, once again, he is my proof that a player does not have to score a whole lot of points to have an impact on the game. My man had 8 points, 8 rebounds, I believe like 2-3 blocks, and he set a tone for everybody. OG Anunoby come out there repping hard, defending, scoring, shooting. You know, this is his best year by far as a player. This is his best season by far. As I said, he continues on this surge. He could be an all-star. He can for real be an all-star this season. Brunson doing Brunson things. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have as many as assists. He had like 7 assists. But he was still, I think he had like 19.7 assists. The idea basically is they spread the wealth. And part of the reason I'm having this conversation right now is because the reality is this. The New York Knicks are becoming that team. I said before, like it's like the Thanos gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? Like they're putting all the different stones in, right? You know what I'm saying? Like they already showed the power stone. This is the reality stone. This is the reality stone, people. Like the reality is this could be how the New York Knicks could be playing as the season goes on. Like granted, the Brooklyn Nets are not the same caliber of team. That's a given. But this team played like this against Minnesota. And that is not an easy team to beat, period. They went out there and they won that game. They beat that team. There was no question about that. So it's not a question of can the Knicks do this against better teams. They've already done it. They've done it against the elite team first, right? So I'm looking at this team and how they're moving this ball, the ball movement, the body movement. And you can absolutely 100% see the correlation with the ball movement and the body movement similar to Golden State, right? You can see those tendencies of the play style to Golden State. Now, am I calling New York Knicks the next Golden State? I'm not calling them Golden State. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Brunson is the next Steph Curry or that Bridges is the next, Klay Thompson. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we have enough quality, high percentage 3-point shooters collectively to be dangerous on the floor against any team in the league. And we have the defense that can go against any team in the league. So when I look at these players and I look at what they can bring collectively, they, with their size, their length, their athleticism, even with their youth, they are going to be a team to be reckoned with all season long. And it's only going to get better. That's the part, I mean, right now, it's only November. It's only November, and they already looking like, like a low grade Golden State Warriors. So imagine what they might look like come April or May. barring any injury, everybody stays healthy, all those things, we can have something really, really special in New York. This can be a really special season moving forward, right? So our New York Knicks, we have a good collection of talent. We have the right pieces. They fit, they defend, they score, they definitely shoot with high efficiency, and they are getting into sync. They're getting into rhythm. I mean, even to the point where, I wouldn't be surprised in the next 4 or 5 games, Yabusele is going to have an appearance, and I'm talking about the one that was in France. I'm talking about the one in the Olympics and what have you. That dude's going to show up. And that will just make the New York Knicks even deeper, even more deadly, to be able to have that versatility, which is what we signed him for. Be able to come in and do his thing. Jordan Clarkson, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm pleasantly surprised with his effort. I'm going to still say it again, he's not a lockdown defender, but I'm appreciative of his effort on the defensive end. I will give him his props. You know what I'm saying? He stepped his game up, and he's still that scoring machine that he knows he can be, which is what we signed him for. So I expect that to happen. I know there's some people in the Knicks Nation that's out there that's upset because Porty is not getting the minutes that many people feel he should have, that he has somehow deserved. And I'm not even saying that he hasn't deserved some minutes. What I believe is what's happening. It's not the idea that he's not playing well or he's not playing hard. I truly believe that what they're doing is they're trying to save him as an insurance policy in case something happens to Mitchell Robinson. That is my personal take, is that they are not playing him a lot of minutes because they want to make sure that if God forbid something happens to Mitchell Robinson, they have somebody else who can come right on in and hold things down and still be able to mix and match with Karl Anthony Towns and Yabusele if you need to. Yabusele right now is not really providing a lot right now. He's getting better, but Porty is someone who I believe they are really trying to keep healthy. They want to make sure that he's good to go just in case Mitchell Robinson or Karl Anthony Towns goes down for whatever, like for injury or, a little, couple games kind of situation. I believe that's what's going on there. And they also, don't forget, they got Jemison as well. Jemison can come in and hold some things down. That's a young, athletic, strong brother. And he can hold things down. So we have flexibility, but I believe that's why he's not playing as much. So we'll see how that goes. And something tells me that he's been, and I say he, I'm talking about Yabusele. I think he's been showing some things in practice to make them believe that he deserves more minutes. That's what I think it is, because I think he's getting into better rhythm. We'll see how that goes. But McBride doing well. Mitchell Robinson doing well. You know what I'm saying? OG Anunoby is being phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Brunson is doing Brunson things. Mikal Bridges is probably playing the best basketball he's ever played in his freaking life in the NBA scene, right? Offensively and defensively. So, hey, it is what it is, right? So I expect us to really be able to come out there strong against Memphis. Memphis is who we got next. I expect us to have a really strong showing. I'm not guaranteeing a win, but I'm expecting a win. And I'm expecting us to put a lot of effort against Ja Morant and all of the players on that team. We will see, because we're attacking collectively. So we will see what goes on from there. That's just my take. I didn't really bring out a whole lot of stats this go round, but I do expect us to do well against Memphis. I do expect people to understand that the Thanos gauntlet is being pieced together. The Power Stone was already showed. That last night the Reality Stone was going in there. We will see what goes on from there. You know what I'm saying? When we start putting terror in people, I call it the Mind Stone. You know what I'm saying? So my Marvel people, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, y'all have a good one. We're going to talk to you next time. Hey, let's get it. Talk to you later.